Does the latest news about the housing market have you wondering if you should sell your house? Well, today, Alan and I are going to share some perspective on selling your house today. Hey, Alan.
Hey, how are you, Jen?
I don't know. I'm going to have to see what you have to say first. No, I'm just kidding. What give us, yeah, because it is kind of nerve-wracking, right? I feel like kind of like a yo-yo, like prices are up, prices are down, it's a seller's market, it's a buyer's market. And we are getting a lot of questions like, does it make sense for me to sell now? I mean, so what's some data that you found?
So, like anything, you've got to put it into perspective of the media loves to make things sound a lot worse. Now, the market has shifted, and we know that.
Yeah.
In For you and I, we welcome that because honestly, the the market we had before was completely crazy. It was very difficult for buyers and sellers. So, in some respects, but the information that we have out there is solid as to what is actually going on right now. And one of those things is the supply. As we know, supply and demand.
Yeah.
Obviously, the supply was ultra low.
Do you want me
But
to give that
yeah,
slide?
I was just going to ask you, could you put that housing supply graphic up?
Yeah,
I'm going to go back here. Yeah, put that up. That'd be great.
maybe. Oh,
There
can you
you
see it?
go. Excellent, excellent. So this is an interesting graph in that obviously we've been in this market for the last couple of years. So in 2019, you can see based on that same week in 2019, and that week is October 7th, by the way. Based on the data for the October 7th in 2019, we were or 40%, almost 41% lower in housing supply. And so you can imagine the supply and demand theory that everybody wanted that house. We had multiple offers, way over asking, it was a crazy market.
Right.
But it is definitely getting better in that the same week in 2020, we're 1.1% higher in inventory. So that's great. And then this year in 2021, if you look at that same year from this year, it's 31, almost 32% higher. So obviously, there's more houses that are on the market, which is going to create less of a frenzy and much more of a normal market so that people can actually take time to look at houses that, it doesn't go off the market. Although in one of the graphs you're going to show, days on market is definitely lower, but let's go, actually, can you go to the next slide that I sent you?
Is it the
Yeah, it's
or the average number of offers?
Yes. Yeah. So looking at the average days on market, you can see that definitely when you look at those years before, during the pandemic, and before the pandemic in blue, you can see that obviously we're still very low for days on market, but it did
Right.
increase. And that's where we have to focus that we're still in this great market where we have fewer days on market. It is growing, and that becomes more of a normal market. So,
Well, and just to remind people, a normal market is considered when we have approximately 6 months worth of inventory. So we still don't have that, which means if you have 6 months worth of inventory, it's likely that your home may be on the market for those 6 months. It's
exactly
not 6 hours.
right, it isn't, and it's hard because we have that market that we were in lasted for quite a while. So
Right.
it feels like normal, but it's not.
It's really
And
not.
really not. So, but
It's really
this is
something saying about how we can get used to anything, which is crazy. So
no, right.
but there are also like several strategies that we employ depending on what your goals are as a seller, depending on the house itself, depending on the market. I mean, we have a lot of tools to get the
We
house
do.
sold. So it just really depends.
Yeah, and that was one of the points I was just going to make is that it's very individual. So this is definitely sort of average, sort of definitely a wide view of what's going on,
Hmm.
but it does matter where you are. So the best thing to do is for us to take a look at your situation, where your location is, why you're moving, when,
Right.
how fast you need to be out of your house, and what are the circumstances you're going through, because you and I know that we have this. A lot of tools in our tool belt to
Right.
really use based on what that seller needs. So it's not just a, let's put your house on the market, put it in the MLS and, sell. There could be strategies that we can employ that would actually make it much better for that seller in this market, and just really looking at that data helps. So
Right.
definitely an individual conversation that we can have.
Exactly. And if people do want to have that conversation, what is the best way to get a hold of you?
Really text or call 513-646-1488.
Awesome. Thanks, Alan.
Thank you. Bye-bye.